The age-old question, how many stocks should you own? Why would you even own any individual stocks? Why not just invest in low-cost broad market ETFs and call it a day? In this video, I will share with you my thought process that will hopefully help you answer those questions. As usual, at the end of the video, I will share with you how many different stocks I currently own. Spoiler alert, quite a few. And do I plan to add more or reduce over time? So stick around till the end if you want to find out. What's up, strangers? My name is Vedo and I'm here to help you better understand the wealth game and become part of the wealth game nation. As the name itself says, it's just a game that the wealthy play, and the sooner you realize it's just a game, the sooner you can learn the rules of the game and take part in the game. On this channel, I cover everything related to personal finance, investing in the stock market, cryptocurrencies, real estate, and everything related to the game. So let the games begin. The beautiful thing about this topic, as for many other topics when it comes to investing, there is no right nor wrong answer here. There is no one size fits all. The truth is, it depends on many different factors that are unique to you. A couple of examples are, how much money do you have or want to invest? It does not make sense to invest in 20 different stocks if you have $1,000 to invest. How much time do you want to spend on your investments? If you have little time to follow up on the latest news and or quarterly reports on the companies you are invested in, then the less stock, the better. In this case, it might even be worth considering going only with broad market ETFs. What is your investing time horizon? Meaning, how long do you plan to invest for? The less time you want to stay invested in the stock market, the less stocks you should own. And again, maybe just go with broad market ETFs. What is your risk tolerance? Higher risk, higher reward is achieved with less stocks. Lower risk, lower reward is achieved with more stocks. If we look at what the great investors of our time have to say on this matter, they also do not fully agree on it. For example, Warren Buffett famously said, "Diversification is protection against ignorance." He also said that it makes little sense if you know what you're doing, which, as we all know, not too many people know what they're doing. He also said on multiple occasions that owning 3 to 6 wonderful businesses is more than enough to get rich. Even though Warren Buffett's company, Berkshire Hathaway, owns shares of 47 companies in their portfolio, the allocation shows that this portfolio is heavily concentrated in just a couple of different stocks. The biggest allocation in his portfolio is Apple, and it accounts for 43.5% of his portfolio. His top 5 positions account for 75.6% of his portfolio. If you look at it from the bottom of his portfolio, 33 out of his 47 positions account for only 7.6%. I would say that this is a pretty high concentration on only a few positions. The data on Warren Buffett's latest portfolio allocation comes from the CNBC based on the Berkshire Hathaway filing of the 13F form in February 2022. The link to that report can be found in the description below. Next, Peter Lynch, my favorite comedian/investor, has stated that a retail investor can keep up with the latest news and quarterly reports on 5 to 8 companies. He also coined the word diversification, meaning that at some point you are making your returns worse rather than safe, hence the expression diversification. Besides the famous investors, various other experts and famous investing websites such as Investopedia, Motley Fool, Business Insider, and so on, have also something to say on the matter of number of stocks. According to them, a good diversification can be achieved with 20 to 30 stocks. As you can see in the graph right here, everything above that number seems to have little to no improvement when it comes to your return on investments. If my current self would be giving financial advice to my past self, which I'm definitely not doing as this is only for entertainment and educational purposes, I would base my number on the amount of money I have or I want to invest. It would look something like this. If I had 1,000 to invest, I would invest in 1 stock. If I had 5,000 to invest, I would invest in 2 stocks. If I had 10,000 to invest, I would invest in 3 stocks. If I had 20,000 to invest, I would invest in 5 stocks. If I had 50,000 to invest, I would invest in 15 stocks. 100,000 in 20 stocks. Something along those lines. When I say stocks, in this case I also mean ETFs. This also applies to hedge funds, but as this is not my cup of tea and I am not interested in hedge funds, I only deal in ETFs and stocks. Depending on my past self's time horizon and risk tolerance, I would go for 30-70% split between ETFs and stocks, meaning 30% in ETFs and 70% in stocks if my past self's time horizon would be longer than 20 years. 50-50% split between ETFs and stocks if my past self's time horizon would be more than 10 years. Lastly, 70-30% split between ETFs and stocks, meaning 70% in ETFs and 30% in stocks if my past self's time horizon is shorter than 10 years. If you find value in this video, please support the channel by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing it with your friends. This helps me a lot when you guys do it, and it does not cost you anything. In return, I will do my best to help you become more financially literate much faster than I did. By sharing my insights, my journey, and teaching you the rules of the game that the wealthy play, you will be able to take part in the game in no time. As promised in the beginning of the video, I will share with you now how many individual stocks I currently own. In one of my previous videos, I have shared that besides my real estate investments and cryptocurrency portfolio, I own 2 different stock portfolios. The smaller stock portfolio is dedicated to swing trading, and the other, much bigger portfolio is for long-term investing. When I add up all stocks from both portfolios together, I currently own 38 individual stocks and 6 ETFs. At a peak, I had 42 stocks and 6 ETFs. The distribution between these two is 70% in my swing trading portfolio, and 20 stocks and 6 ETFs are in my long-term investing portfolio. If I look just at the numbers, this is definitely, without question, too much for a retail investor. There is no way for a retail investor to keep track of 50 different companies. That is why, over time, I plan on reducing both portfolios. My target is to have 15 to 18 individual stocks and 6 to 8 ETFs in my long-term investment portfolio. This is still a big number, and even though I would like to shrink this number also, currently I do not see this happening anytime soon, as I really do like the companies I have invested in, and I believe they have great upside long term. The swing trading portfolio is just a small side project that is fun right now, but I do not plan on doing this long term. So if I ignore the swing trading portfolio, the number of stocks and ETFs in my long-term investing portfolio is pretty much there where I want it, just a little trimming needed. So that wraps up the number of stocks topic for today. Now, you tell me, how many individual stocks do you own? Any plans on changing that number? How is it working out for you so far? Don't be a stranger, and leave me a comment below, as I'm really curious to read about it. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next game. How many stocks should you own? If you tell me who would win a fight between Batman and Superman, I will tell you how many stocks should you own. You say Batman, I say 15. Neither of us can prove the other one right or wrong. It's an argument that cannot be won.